Maboy Manila Pope here. It's been almost half a year since we bought this Oppo's latest flagship smartphone, which is the Oppo Find X5 Pro. It was officially released in our market back on March 14, 2022, and it features a 50 megapixel main camera, 12 megapixel selfie camera, Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, and a 5000 mAh battery. Now, we are going to put it to test and find out how it's performing so far. As of now, the Oppo Find X5 Pro has a recent software update from ColorOS 12.1, and we are also going to tackle its new features. As of now, Oppo Find X5 Pro has a recent software update from ColorOS 12 to ColorOS 12.1, and we are also going to tackle its new updates. Without further ado, let's begin. The first thing we're going to talk about is the build quality. At first glance, the Oppo Find X5 Pro shares some DNA with its predecessor, which is the Find X3 Pro. On the Find X5 Pro's rear panel, Oppo used ceramic material mixed with glass, which makes the camera module much more smoothly integrated into the main body than it did on the Find X5 model. As you can see, the Oppo and the Hasselblad co-branding logo text are located at the lower right of its back panel, while its sides are made out of metal frame. Speaking of sides, at the top, its volume rocker is located on its left, while its power button is located on its right. Underneath it is the primary microphone, nano SIM tray, USB-C port, and a speaker grill. At the top is a secondary microphone. The overall look and design of the Find X5 Pro is quite stunning. Now let's move forward to its display. It has a 6.7-inch LTPO2 AMOLED display with a punch hole cutout in the upper left corner for the selfie camera. Along with the AMOLED display, it has a refresh rate of 120Hz and it is covered by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus. Navigating through the display is fluid thanks to the high refresh rate. Their chin is around the same size as the bezels, which are not very thick. While watching films on Netflix, YouTube, and other sites, viewing angles are outstanding, and for the level of display quality, we can still make out the crispiness of the colors. Binge watching your favorite shows or playing games on this smartphone was a pretty cool experience thanks to the 120Hz refresh rate. Now let's move forward to its camera. The Oppo Find X5 Pro boasts a triple camera setup with a 50 megapixel Sony IMX766 with OIS as its main camera, a 13 megapixel telephoto, and a whopping 50 megapixel ultra-wide. A dual LED flash is included with its primary camera module to improve illumination during low light situations. The Mari Silicon X NPU from Oppo, which is also new to the Find X5 Pro, is intended to enhance post-processing capabilities compared to the Find X5 Pro's predecessor, while a 32 megapixel ultra-wide camera for selfies and videos is located on the front. Night mode, portrait mode, pro mode, dual video mode, ultra macro, long exposure, and other features are available with the device's primary camera. It can capture videos up to 4K at 60 FPS. It can also shoot brilliant images at night that are somewhat fairer or identical to those taken during the day. Both the auto mode and the night mode provides excellent results. Now for its performance, it can't be denied that it can bring skill in many things. Aside from being a flagship phone, let's expect this phone to deliver performance beyond expectations. It has the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 with a 4nm chipset and a Mali G710MC10 GPU. With such things, we experience the smoothness of scrolling and switching apps thanks to its 120Hz refresh rate. This chipset is accompanied by 12GB of RAM that can be expanded up to 7GB, and it also carries 256 of internal storage. It runs on Android 12 with ColorOS 12.1, where you can customize many things. You can beautify its home screen. You can also change its themes and its settings, but like Oppo smartphones, this one has preloaded applications like TikTok, SnackVid, and others. However, you can uninstall it if you want. I tried playing Genshin Impact, which is one of the graphically demanding games out there. I instantly observed that the loading portion of the introduction was stuttering, which always happens on any other smartphones. Additionally, the game works without a hitch from the beginning because all of its graphics settings are default. The resolution, graphics, and frame rate all improve if the graphics are set to their highest settings. It got more detailed and more aesthetically pleasing when battling creatures than it did at rest. However, if you follow this option, the device may start to heat up, but there will be no stuttering experience during the gameplay. It is still playable if set to high on all settings with 60 FPS. Compared to the previous 6 months, almost nothing has changed in its performance. When it comes to battery heating, this is usually a normal case, especially if you're playing with a graphically demanding game. Speaking of the phone's battery, the Oppo Find X5 Pro has a 5000 mAh internal battery, which is paired with an 80 watts of fast charging. Juicing up the device from 0 to 100% took us about 35 minutes. This is excellent for the battery's capacity and can keep the phone operating for more than a day with moderate use. It simply means that you have more time using your phone rather than charging it. Although the Oppo Find X5 Pro is great in many ways, everyone will like its unique appearance. The premium AMOLED screen, rapid charging, and battery life are all on par with what I'd expect for a flagship smartphone. It is not nearly as flawed as its main competitors, but it is more attractive and long-lasting. So that is the Oppo Find X5 Pro. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you will be updated with our future contents. Also, don't forget to visit manilashaker.com for more tech news, reviews, and comparison of the latest device. Once again, this is Pope, and mabuhay Manila!